What is up, guys? Chris here, Bear Market Mining. We have got a setup video for you today. These AL Box miners have been selling out like crazy, and I've been asked by a few different people if I could go through a setup video and have a look at the profitability before they think about buying them, before all this massive amount of hash rate comes on. So we're going to go through a few different things today. We'll have a look at the miner itself. We'll go through the setup, how to set your pool, how to connect it and get it mining, all that sort of stuff, changing passwords. But first, let's have a look at exactly what this thing is. We'll have a look at how to power it very quickly, plug it in, all that easy sort of stuff. And then we'll get into the money talk. All right, let's get it. So let's take a look at the miner itself. This is the front side, I guess you'd call it. This is where all of the air is blowing through the card, so the hot air will exhaust out here. You do have a little Wi-Fi switch if you want to plug in up there, but we are connected via Ethernet. So switching over to the back. Now, out of the box, it will come with these 6-pin splitters and your Ethernet connection port up the back there. And this is where your fans will be taking in all that cold air. And one of the first things you'll notice is these things are just completely silent. It is quite warm in here. The fans are running at about 30%, but you can barely hear it. Maybe you can hear a little bit right up close to the camera here, but that is about it. Now, you can power these a number of different ways. If you're ordering through certain websites, you can get power supplies attached. Server power supplies work as well, but I have opted for the good old ATX power supply as I had it lying around. Now, fun fact, these 6 to 8 pin, or 6 plus 2 pin I should say, PCIe cables didn't fit straight in the back here. So if they don't fit, do not force them, but they fit perfectly into these splitters. So that's how we have got this powered, and it's been running for a couple of days now. So this is already set up, obviously, but let's jump on over into the web GUI, and I will show you exactly how to set this whole thing up so it's mining away and making you money. So we are inside the GoldShell hub now. As you can see, mine is already set up, but yours isn't, hence why you're watching this video. So the first thing we're going to want to do is cruise on down to system down here, change your password. Now the default password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so you'll need to know that when you're logging in for the very first time. You enter that current password in, enter your new password in, confirm, and it will ask you to log back in again. And you're away. The next step from there will be updating your firmware version. Now, I'll leave a link from where you can get this firmware downloaded from. Very self-explanatory, like adding anything. Click which firmware you want, click open, and click update. Now, I was initially... when I got this miner, it was on 2.2.7, sorry, but what I found it did was it wanted to keep this AL box at around 70 degrees. So the fans wouldn't queue up at all until it hit 70 degrees. Then it would drop it down to around 68, 69, and so on and so forth. But I didn't notice any increased hash rate or any benefit at all from having it on that newer firmware. So I reverted back to 2.2.4, and what that does is it keeps the fans running a little faster and wants to keep that at around 55 to 56 degrees. So much more comfortable there. And as you can see, we've been at around that 360 for the whole time. So once your password is set and you've got the new firmware or the old firmware, whatever you prefer, we're going to head on over to the miner page and add a pool. So you'll click on add, and it may ask you to lock or unlock here. If it does that, just enter in your password. Very self-explanatory. You click add. Now up here, it's already got some templates of different pages. I'm using Hero Miner. Really like Hero Miners. Hero Miner, whatever. You can enter that in. Now the miner name is going to be your wallet address. And at the end of your wallet address, you'll enter a dot, and then you'll enter your miner, whatever you want your miner name to show up as. For example, I've got my wallet address up the top here, then I've got .al space box. So that is how that will work. Enter a password if you wish. Click apply and you'll see this little shovel up here, I believe it is, to let you know if you're mining now. If you do have two pools, you can drag these up and down to let you know, let the miner know what is your #1 preference. And it will select that whatever is up at the top. You've got the light indicator here. Now, you can have LEDs on, LEDs off, very self-explanatory, up to you. I like LEDs, mine's off. Don't ask me why, that's sort of counterintuitive. But yeah, that's basically how you set this up in pool settings. And then you can go over to your homepage and it will tell you what your hash rate, all that good stuff is. And this connects really quickly. It isn't like the KSO miners or the Casper miners in general, which take about 5 minutes to show up. I found this in the pool after about 30 seconds. That was very, very quick. So let's jump on over to my hero miners. How much are we actually making with this thing at this stage? So you see our current hash rate, 369. Now this has been off and on a fair bit over the last 24 hours as I have been testing it, but a 332 1 hour average, 24 hours average of 337 gigahash. So, well, let's go back down here. So I have set my payouts to 10 Alephium. It has been on just over 24 hours. So it's made about 35 Australian dollars or about 25 US dollars at this stage. And you can see currently its estimated earnings at current difficulty are about 37 AUD. So 261 bucks Aussie a week, but more importantly, 90 Alephium. So the name of the game at the moment is to get as much of this Alephium as possible, because we know there will be a lot more hash rate coming online and yields will be going down in the coming months when these crazy, I think it's Bitmain 20 something terahash units come online, which is just scary. But I do believe in the price appreciation of the bull run of Alephium, so that will save us. As long as we're getting as much as possible, price appreciates, we'll be happy. So about 37 bucks currently. So let's hope that continues, and let's hope that these Bitmain ASICs have just priced a lot of people out. I think they were like $30,000 or something like that, but you know, all it takes is one of those big commercial farms to buy 100 of them and the hash rate doubles. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope best case scenario, we just stay at 35 bucks a day for ages. But yeah, wishful thinking perhaps. But really good so far, really happy with it. Now, even if I was to get one of these, say 2 months ago when they first came out, the price was more than 3 times as much. So I'm actually closer to ROIing now on this unit than I would have been if I bought one initially. That doesn't take into account price appreciation, of course, because I would have more Alephium, but at this current stage, buying it a little bit later and a lot cheaper, we're closer to earning our dollars back, so to speak. So going well so far, so good. So I wanted to give a big shout out for the sponsor of today's video, BT Miners, and show you some of the prices that they've got going on over here for these AL Box. So as we mentioned, big price reduction on these, $14.48 for the unit. Obviously because there are newer models coming out, but still a really good buy as far as I'm concerned. I'm thinking about maybe grabbing another one, maybe this AL Box 2 or the new Ice River ones that are coming out. So they pretty much sell everything on here, and I really like the ability to be able to check out miner profit and things like that as well. So you can search by ROI, by coin, whatever you're trying to mine. So you can basically see what they've got listed there, jump over this miner profitability and find out right now how much you can actually make. And these numbers are accurate. All different calculators are going to be based off all different metrics, so take that with a grain of salt. It does help to check around a little bit, but for my numbers, this looks pretty spot on at the moment. And I also like the hosting. So as some of you guys know, I have started hosting initially before I got in contact with BT Miners at a different company, but we are looking at switching over, because with some of these, you know, 3,000-4,000 watt big boy ASIC miners, they make a ton of noise. So it's a good idea to host them somewhere else if you like your eardrums. And the prices are often really hard to beat, a lot better than commercial rates. I think they're at about 10 cents. Yeah, there we go, 10 cents per kilowatt hour for their hosting services. And you can also buy used binos as well. So you can buy the brand new stuff, the used stuff. That is in here in group buys. So a few different options as well, newer models, older models. But like I always say, make sure you do your own research before you decide whether you want to buy. But in my experience, BT miners has been really, really good to work with. And if you are interested in grabbing yourself one of those AL boxes or the AL Box 2 or any of the newer products, they've pretty much got them all. There will be a link down in the description that you can click on and take you straight there. Full transparency, that is a referral link for me. So just want to make you guys aware of that as well. And I will also leave some contact details for BT miners down in the description as well, if you're looking at maybe buying in bulk and want to talk about discounts and all that sort of stuff. That will wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully, if you've got one of these, that's made your setup a little bit easier, or even given you some insight into the current profitability and what is to come. So if you like the video, guys, make sure you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.